Patriots fans, would this be a smart move by the Patriots as well? We jump into our fourth and final mock draft. Let's get into it. So, Patriots fans, the big question is at spot number 4. The question is, no, what the heck's going on with this guy's voice? Or the fact that his eyes are absolutely shot. Yes, allergies are a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. But the big question is this. At number 4, what should the Patriots absolutely avoid, like the plague? Now, I would tell you this. I think right now, Will Campbell is pretty much, in my opinion, a lock. A lot of people are going to say, well, wait a minute, his arms aren't long enough. Again, he played in the SEC. He dominated in the SEC. He is going to be okay, in my opinion. Well, you're a PE teacher. Well, listen, a lot of people out there have ranked him this high. There's a reason he's this high. Arm length is not going to be an issue. So we move on and we look, who are the people to avoid? Now, Mason Graham's a person that we've talked about for a long time. Now, again, a lot of these players that we're going to jump into aren't necessarily a need, a pressing need. The biggest need is, listen, left tackle, and probably grab yourself another wide receiver. And then we're talking interior defensive tackle, edge rusher would be our needs. Throw an offensive guard, and a lot of people then would say center too. So you're like, holy cow, we got a list. So we look at Mason Graham. Milton Williams playing. Christian Barmore, most likely right now, it seems like he is coming back. So again, do you necessarily need Mason Graham? No. The big thing would be if the Patriots say, hey, there's another player here we want at 4, and we have confidence we are going to get another offensive tackle at that 38 spot, or we're going to trade up. That would, in my opinion, that is going to be the only reason that, or if someone trades up with them, which again, we've talked about are slim chances for them. So Mason Graham, don't think is likely. I think Mason Graham will end up going top 5, though. I think he ends up going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ashton Jeanty, a lot of people going to be upset with this one. A lot of people. There's a lot of people that follow this channel that love Ashton Jeanty. Listen, I love him too. Loved watching him at Boise State. Kills me that they didn't move on in the playoffs and beat Penn State. I want to see him beat Penn State, but they had a top defense at Penn State. Happy Valley is not an easy place to play. And when it comes down to it, you're a Mountain West team coming in to play a dominant Big Ten team. It's going to be difficult. So if we look at Ashton Jeanty, yes, does he have the potential to be better than Stevenson? Of course. We're not gonna argue that. But the big issue is, much like Graham, the Patriots have more pressing needs. The big need, as we've said, left tackle, and moving on, wide receiver, and so on. So, and a lot of people would say, listen, the draft value at number 4 for a running back is way too much. But again, there's a lot of people out there, and I don't fully disagree with, that say he's a generational talent. He's a great running back. He has that potential. I don't disagree with that. So again, Mike Vrabel has talked about there's going to be fireworks on draft day. It's possible that let's say they pick Jeanty, and then they end up trading up and getting a wide receiver, or not a wide receiver, a left tackle somewhere else in the first round. That would be wild. That would be crazy. Again, there's been a lot of teams in the past that have surprised people with their picks going to get offensive weapons. We'll see moving forward. Again, I think they make the safe pick and get Will Campbell. Will Johnson, not going to happen. For sure not going to happen. Cornerback, I would say he is the best in this draft. A lot of people would say it's Travis Hunter. I think it's Will Johnson. Watched him play at the University of Michigan. Great talent, though it kills me to say that because I'm a Michigan State fan. They have Carlton Davis. Hopefully he can play the whole season for once in his career. And then Christian Gonzalez, second team All-Pro. So Will Johnson, moving on from him. Last but not least, Tyler Warren, another, back into the topic of offensive weapon. The guy is, as it says right here, elite pass catcher, a great prospect. And we know that the New England Patriots is a storied franchise with great tight ends, especially in their, obviously, Super Bowl run. So Tyler Warren would be interesting. I just think at number 4, that is way too high for that pick. Way too high for that pick. Again, you have Hunter Henry, you have Austin Hooper, Jaheim Bell. The question, he's in that category with Jalen Polk and Javon Baker, is what can they do in their second year? Someone commented yesterday on the video and said, listen, Polk and Baker can't do any worse than they did last year. That is true. I hope that's true. So I think Jaheim Bell's in that same category. A very versatile tight end that can do a lot, but the question becomes, is he going to be able to produce? So again, I want to hear your guys' opinions. Agree or disagree? I've seen people like Mason Graham, Genty, John. I haven't seen Johnson, but I've seen Warren. So comment below if you disagree with this, why? Give me your rationale why you disagree with this. Again, I think Will Campbell is the guy who's going to be drafted at number 4. If it's not Will Campbell, listen, I'm just throwing out my logical breaking down, my deductive reasoning of why he will be drafted. Again, we will see. Now, last but not least, I love doing this. We're going to jump into a mock draft and we're going to get at it. And there's one other thing I wanted to do. I totally forgot about it. I don't want to find it on the video and then it's going to take me forever. But if you go on Twitter, there's a trend right now of like AI generated action figures. And it's hilarious. It is so funny. And so there's a generated action figure of Drake May. And then usually action figures sometimes include like really cool stuff. And it says on the like the box, it says not included, left tackle, wide receiver. I was dying. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, this is actually really funny. All right, we're going to jump into the draft. And of course, we get a trade right away. We get 3 offers, but I'm going to be honest. I'm going to reject all these, and I'm going to try to make this as realistic as possible. So overall, we have what we would expect. We have Mason Graham, Will Campbell, Ashton Genty, Shadur Sanders is there. Raiders were trading up. I think that's who that was. I totally forgot by now. But we're going to take Will Campbell, and then we're going to just go all the way down to 38. And we're going to see what we can do at 38. So we can go to 42. You know what? Oh, but Pierce is there from Tennessee. I wonder who the Jets want. But Kenneth Grant's there too. We're going to take a chance. We're going to accept that. Drop to 48 from 42, but man, I'm going to reject that. And right now we have, I really like Kenneth Grant at defensive tackle. We're going to look at offensive weapons. We don't need Jackson Dart. You guys know that. Jalen Noel, Jalen Royal, sorry about that. Kyle Williams is there. Okay. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to defense, and we're going to get Kenneth Grant because the guy's an absolute dog. Then we're going to continue on quickly. We're going to reject that. And then next up, let's look at what we got on edge. Ashton Gillette, there's been a lot of people who've said that, hey, that's a possibility. The Patriots are looking at someone like that. We will see. We don't need defensive tackle. Chris Paul Jr., apparently Chris Paul from the NBA Sun. I'm joking. I have no idea. Cornerback, safety. Let's go to offense. Travion Henderson. Man, that's tempting. Wide receiver. Wow. Gee whiz. Did our guy already get drafted? Yeah, I guess there was a lot of time to go. Okay, so we're going to look at wide receiver real quick. If there's anyone that floats our boat. Isaiah Bond down there at 108 is tempting as well. Savion Williams, we've talked about. He's a tried and true like X. If Higgins is a poor man's McMillan, Savion I would say is a Higgins. He's a William. Aaron, speak. Williams is a poor man's Higgins. So this is what we're gonna do. Golly, let's see what. Ooh. That's tempting. Okay, so we got at offensive tackle Ursary. I'm actually going to go him. I'm going to go him because you have Morgan Moses. Yeah, I'm confident with it. Nope. Reject it. 77. Now we're going back to wide receiver. And see, I don't know a ton about these other guys. Slot receiver who's generates slot, I'm not necessarily worried about. Scattaboo. A lot of you right now are probably like, go get Scattaboo. Again, I like Dylan Sampson down here. I think that is the best bet. But let's see here. Has a large catch radius. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to go with him. Boom. And then we're going to jump to defense, see what we got. Reject. We already have that. Let's look at edge. Jack Sawyer. How in the world has he dropped this far? Because we're going to take him. And we continue on, ladies and gentlemen. We look at linebacker. Now, looking down, I know we've gotten Kobe King in a draft before. What are we at? 5th round. Let's look at what we got at running back. Looks like Dylan Sampson's gone. RJ Harvey's still there. We're going to go Harvey in the 5th. We're going to reject. Oh, we got 2 picks in a row. I forgot that. Kicker we're fine with right now. So everyone calm down. Luke Lachey, he's still there. Quarterback, just because I'm curious. Dylan Gabriel, interesting. And we're going to go on defense. We're going to go linebacker. And we're going to go Danny Stutzman. Danny, welcome to the Patriots. We appreciate you. Reject trade. Now we got an edge. Cornerback. Safety. Castro. Looks like we're getting you. Or, wait a second. We're going to look at offense. Look at guard just because I'm curious. And we're going to look at center. McLaughlin. We're going to look at guard. Clay Webb. Connor Colby. I've never heard of a bad offensive lineman from Iowa. So we're going to go with guard right there. I'm joking. There have been bad ones, but there have also been great ones. So we're heading into the 6th round. My hope is Ben Sauls or Borgalis. You know what? Today we're going Borgalis. We're going Borgalis today. We get back in the 7th. Oh, there's Mullins for you guys. I guess we could have waited a while. Totally forgot about Mullins. This is why I'm not doing the draft. This is why they are not having me do this. We look at edge rushers again. Cornerback, I think we're going to jump in on safety. Not a fan of Shiloh Sanders. You know what? We're going to go Craig Woodson, Cal, 6 foot, unless this lane guy is taller. Nope, he's not. You're like, height, what? Just go with it. It's fine. And we're done, ladies and gentlemen. So here's our draft. We ended up doing 10 picks. Will Campbell, number 1. Kenneth ends up being in the number 2 spot at 42. We trade back a little bit. Ursary we end up getting as well. So we get 2 potentially premier offensive tackles. Hopefully Ursary could go and play some right tackle when Morgan Moses is done. We get a wide receiver. We get edge rusher, running back. So everything I've talked about, I think that is a huge possibility that we get. We end up landing. So comment below, look this over. What would have you done differently? Again, everyone always has something to critique. That's fine. I don't care. That's part of the whole game. So comment below. Tell me what you think, and we will talk later. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. Appreciate it. Hit the like button too. Peace.